New York City, right now as we speak, has the worst air quality in the whole world. As much as I love Dwayne Wade, as much as I love Gabrielle Union, to be honest, I wish they both would just take care of their family, take care of their business, and shut the f up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How is everyone doing out there this evening? Welcome to another edition of Real Talk for Real Men. I'm your host with the most, Mr. Lee Black. Glad to see everybody. Hopefully, you're having a fantastic week. I'm actually having a really, really good week. This is on the precipice of me taking a trip. So I'm definitely feeling in a good spirit, feeling in a good vibe. So after this show, we're going to be on the other side of hump day. And so to get through this thing, we're going to talk about some real shit today. In case this is your first time, we are live on Wednesdays and Saturdays. And we've been doing this for a long time, folks. So I appreciate those people who've been riding with me all the way through this bitch. And with that said, you can find my show on YouTube and Facebook. You can look for us under the title Real Talk for Real Men. And you can subscribe, share, and like the channel. And we're also a part of the TFG family. So you'll find us as a part of a host of other shows. With that said, let me bring in, the co-host that's been with me for a long time. This is the lady, the legend herself, Miss Tasha Mack. What's up, McMack?
Not much. How are you?
I'm doing good. How about yourself? You sitting all up in your cozy little sanctuary and shit. What's up?
I'm comfortable. I'm just glad the week is moving on by. We got some better temperatures in here. I'll be glad when it gets cold for real, because every time I go outside, I get bit by a mosquito. So it's still not cold enough.
Right,
So,
but better. Definitely
yeah.
better. Oh, daylight saving time for those who hate it. It's getting darker sooner. It's coming. It attempts to drop in. I see we already got Miss Carol Chamberlain. Good to see you, sweetheart, in the house. Good to see you. And oh my God, it's already going to be a good show because guess who is come to visit? And we missed them for a while. We got the Postons in the joint. We got Hannah and Bert. What's up, fam?
Hey,
Yeah, we
We
truly
definitely
miss
miss
you
you guys.
guys. So thank you guys. Love you. Glad to have you back. And so I've got an exciting show. And again, doing this, I never know who is going to be out there. Brother Kenny, my brother from another mother, he's not going to be able to make it today. My sis Sherry, she's not going to be able to make it as well because we're getting ready to go on a trip. So she's getting her hair done. You ladies, y'all got to go through a whole lot of little extras and shit, but it's all good. It's all good. Miss Carolyn says, hey, Lamb Liberty, this is Mr. TFG himself. What's up, fam? How you doing?
hey,
And then Mr. Hustle, the sports hustle man, Mr. Kenny. Appreciate you, brother, for even popping in and say, hey, what's going on?
Hey, Kenny. Bro.
Yes, sir. So glad to have everybody. And look, I wanted to talk about something that had a little weight to it because on Saturday I won't be doing the show. I'll be gone. I won't even be doing Brenton Payne's show on Monday. I'll be gone. I'll be gone on next Wednesday as well. So I'm not getting back until you won't see me again until the following Saturday. So with that said, I wanted to do something with a little bit of meat to it, so that we can, get into some good conversation. So ladies, I'm glad I got you guys, and I'm glad I got another man here as well, because tonight I want to talk about the black man. Yes, I do. And there's a study that was done by Ebony Entertainment, and it's really talking about the state of the black man and looking at some of the tropes that we undergo. And I wanted to examine this and put it under the microscope, of course, of the family, and just have an open, honest dialogue. And I'm glad I got women, but I'm glad I got a man too, because I want you guys to kind of give me, obviously, your honest take on this. Because what we want to talk about as we continue to move the needle. We all know where we are, and we in different situations. We got a married couple, you got a single woman, a single man, and I want to kind of talk about the black man because so much is made of the black queens, and what they're doing, and black women, and this, that, and the other. And I ain't taking nothing away from the sisters, but I want to talk about me. I want you guys to hear about what's happening with me, as I fall in the category of a man. So we're going to be looking at some statistics and talking about it. I certainly want to get you guys' opinion, to be able to see what you guys think about if this is accurate with where we are right now. So let's jump right into this thing. And I've kind of categorized them in some ways. And so hopefully, and I got the wrong title up there too. So that's why it's live, just so you know. So the title of the show actually, folks, is the Black Man on Love, Dating, Marriage, and Sexual Mores. So we're going to talk about a variety of topics, and we're going to go through some things. So right now, I want to talk about the current status, relationship status. Where do you guys feel like we are at in terms of, Brenton always talks about Black love. When you think about that as a title, where do you feel like we're at right now? October 11th, 2023. Where do you feel like the state is at between Black men and Black women? I'm primarily talking about when it comes to the status of our relationship. What do you guys feel like we're at?
Couldn't be further apart, honestly, to me.
Okay. Hannah, Bert, and any feeling different?
I agree. It shouldn't be like that, but it is right now. I feel like it is.
You know, what you say,
To
Brother
an
Bert?
extent.
I feel like there is, I agree, there is a rift. I think it's starting to close a little bit. I go by the algorithms, whether I look on YouTube or anywhere else like that. And I'm not seeing as much talk as far as Black men going against Black women or Black women going against Black men.
Oh shit, it's about to get even
Oh,
hotter.
man.
This is Mr. Lamb. What's going on, Mr. TLC? Appreciate you popping in. Yes, sir. Oh man, you came in right on time, my brother. We're gonna be talking about the Black man and you know, sex, marriage, love. And so I'm asking that initial question: where do you feel like, Brother Lamb, we're at in terms of Black love, men and women? Where do you feel like we're at this stage? What's going on, Terrence?
I think we're at wards in a sense. It's weird. Oh, Kendrick said the same thing.
Yeah, I saw it as soon as you said that.
Yeah, I feel like we're definitely at wards. It's kind of a shame. I feel like we're all vying for respect. I think Black men are battling with Black women, and Black women are battling with Black men, mainly because I feel like Black men feel like we just got our respect, you know, like the white man has always had. And now that we've gotten this, we feel like we got some respect. Black women are saying, hey, we're equals. We want respect too. We're not going to be treated like second-class citizens. And I think there's a war there going on.
I love that. And again, it's just real, and this is very personal how people feel. Sister Lady D, what's going on? Appreciate you, sweetheart, for popping in as well, you know, checking us out, you know. And so I feel like we're at odds and kind of out of place. And when I look at social media, when I look at things that I read, you know, I don't know if we're fitting right now. So I'm going to throw some statistics at you just to kind of let you know. And just so you know, this is going to be talking exclusively about Black men and what we are saying. I'm not going to take myself out of that, but we are saying, and I'll get my own take whether I agree with it. So in terms of the current relationship status of unmarried Black men who responded, 27% of them said they're not looking right now. 23% said they're looking but not dating. 20% are in a committed relationship but living apart. 18% living with someone, and 11% dating but not exclusively. And 54% of those responded have never been married. 31% are currently married, and the remainder are either divorced, widowed, or separated. What do you got? What stands out to you guys when you hear those numbers? And I'm going to say them again. Say it again. You know, 54% have never been married, more than half. 31% are currently married, and the remainder are either divorced, widowed, or separated. And far as the unmarried Black men, 27% of us are saying we're not even looking right now. Now, I fall in that category, but okay, not even looking right now. 23% are looking, but not dating. 20% are in a committed relationship, but living apart. 18% are living with someone, and 11% are dating but not exclusively. So for the ladies, what do you think? What jumps out to you when you hear those numbers? And for my fellas, where do you fall in that category? Now, Bert, I know you're married, so I want to get your take on what you see amongst your male friends, if that's okay. Makes sense? Ladies,
Yeah.
what jumps out to you when you hear those numbers?
To me, I feel like people don't want to commit anymore. Like no one is courting anymore. No one wants to really date. And I know this sounds crazy, but I feel like a lot of this is due to the social media era. Before when you didn't have social media, people got creative. People wanted to get to know you. But now they don't have to because they see everything. And so there's a lot of toxic things they see that will kind of stray you away. So I feel like with those numbers, I feel like people really don't want to date anymore.
Very, very interesting. Just so you know, later on, we're going to really look at that and examine, is that a myth that people don't want to be married? We're going to cover that. Tasha, what jumps out to you when you look at some of those statistics based on this one study?
Does it give any ages?
It does not.
Okay, because
It
that would
does
be
not.
very, very
Right.
interesting to,
Mhm.
to look at. Honestly, what stands out to me is almost a third of half of the men who are available that responded that they're not looking. So it's kind of like one of those things. It's uh, why I would like to know why the men aren't looking. What's the ages of the men that aren't looking?
Right.
Like what is it? Is it something? Are they just choosing to be by themselves because for like reasons like you may have that they just don't know
Right.
where they fit in?
Right.
Or are they just choosing just to focus on themselves for personal reasons? Shit, what amount of those men are taken and are looking, but not choosing, they're looking. So I
You
mean,
raising a lot of good points.
but the biggest one honestly is the amount of men that says that they're available, 54%, over half,
Yep.
but a third, almost a third, they're not looking. So
And that's where I fall. Before I get to you, Brother Lamb, and you, Brother Bird, Kenny says he's up in that 23% where he's looking but not dating.
mm,
And Kenny, if I don't know how much you're going to be able to watch the show, there is a statistic that I thought is brilliant. I hate you're not on it tonight because it's going to break down where we're looking at and maybe open that door to maybe, for you. But okay, he say he's looking, but he's not dating. So let me come to you, Brother Lamb. Where do you fall in these numbers?
Was divorce one of them?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. So
Um,
you got 27% not looking right now. That's
okay.
me.
Okay.
23% looking but not dating. 20% in a committed relationship but living apart. I don't even know if I even get that one fully. 18% is living with someone, and 11% is dating but not exclusively.
That's probably where I fall. However, but I'm a little bit in one of those other ones too, because I've been on a few dates recently.
Okay.
However, when I go on those dates, I guess I'm looking and I'm dating to some degree.
Mm-hmm.
Then the very next week, I could very well be, okay, I'm enough of that. Do I really want to be in an exclusive relationship right now? And me and Kenny on the same page tonight, big time, because he made a comment over here. I'm sorry, I'm cheating. Seeing the comment. He said something that I think. He said I'm not where I want to be financially. I think a lot of the reasons, one of mine is that I'm not interested in a full-fledged relationship just now, is because I feel like the bar is raised for us black men where we need to be because of the crop of black women that are out there. Um, Particularly, I guess, depends on who you want to date. I'm pretty picky to some degree.
Okay.
And so I want to be at a certain level, have some stuff in a row and set before I get into another relationship. And so I'm kind of flip flopping. I want
I
to
got you.
screw. I want to screw.
Right.
And I want to have a companion when I want a companion here. Then I want to
Right.
leave. I want to leave. But I don't necessarily want to be in an exclusive situation just yet.
Okay. Wow.
We
Again, you
found one
add.
of the guilty parties right here, ladies. Here is. That's what's messing it up.
No, no, but
You
you
want
threw
a
a
commitment
lot
for
of
one
stuff in
week.
there. You know that you throw a lot in there that give me some pause to think too. Miss Shantae, how
Hey,
you doing, sweetheart?
Shantae.
Thanks for popping in as well. And Shantae says, pretty picky. I'm taking that to me because she knows you. So I'm taking that, oh, you really fucking picky is what she's saying. You know, Kendrick says, I totally agree, Lamar. We're on the same page. Okay, Brother Bert, I know you're married, but what jumps out to you, and what do you see out there amongst, your friends, male friends?
To tell you the truth, I'm not surprised by the numbers and the percentages of what the men are saying. I think now more than ever, I think men have more of a choice. They don't have that social pressure of once you get to this point, you got to marry this woman or have this and have that. I think right now, some of the interactions that I have, a lot of them guys, some of them have been hurt. Some of them, they really don't want to commit all the way as of right now because they like their space. When you were talking about that one where some people are committed, but they're living apart, I think people are starting just to like their own space, and it's coming a something new now where it's like I can commit to you, but we don't have to be around each other 24/7. I still have my space. You still have your space. You're not invading anything. I'm not invading anything. I trust you. You trust me, and we're gonna just keep it going like that till it comes a time where if they feel like they want to take it to that next level, then that's what they'll do. But that seems like that's almost like the new relationship model now, where you don't have to live together anymore to be committed or to look a certain way. And for
Okay.
society, I think everybody should start to think for themselves and whatever makes them comfortable, whether in a relationship or not in a relationship, that's what they go with.
I think there's a lot of truth to what you said, and we're going to get into some of that as well as we look at some of these other areas. But shout out to Miss Latoya for popping in. Good to have you, sweetheart, as well. So for sure. Oh my God. I'm getting a couple of comments popping in that I want to make sure that I get in there. Shantae, coming to Brother Lamb, she said he's real specific.
Oh, dang.
But that's how you get who you want. So at the same time, she's saying that's how you get who you want. Burgess King Paul, how you doing? Good to have you again for sure. And of course, yeah, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up for watching. So I appreciate you guys posting this for sure. I'm not even looking, and I want to kind of go back to something you said, Brother Lamb. You mentioned that you say you feel like black men have had to step their game up in some ways.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you, but I don't like the idea of what I'm supposed to step up to. And let me explain what I mean. This is not this is not a brag. I'm where I want to be. Don't get me wrong. Of course, I want to make more money. You know what I'm saying? You always want to make more money. But in terms of being in a position to date someone, I'm there. We all have a little bit of baggage or whatnot, but I don't have the major shit. I don't think. I got some shit, yeah, for sure. But I'm saying, I'm financially stable enough. I got a little bit of savings here and there. I work from home. I'm in a decent place. I don't have shit like that. But I don't understand what's going on out here. And to your point, Brother Lamb, what the expectation, what they want black men to step up to be now, I'm not willing to do that. I'm not willing to work that hard. Just to be perfectly frank with you, because I don't feel like it's being reciprocated on what I'm looking for. If I've got to step up to that level of what I'm supposed to be, a boss, this, that, and the other, whatever that's supposed to be, whatever that look like, because again, I've said this before. I don't need their shit. You can't take shit out of here. You can't. I don't need you to come in and hang curtains, buy towels. I got all of that. I cook better than most women. Got transportation. So if I'm supposed to step up to whatever that next level is, but what I'm looking for, I don't feel like it's being reciprocated, and I don't understand what's going on out here in these streets. So for me, I just bowed out of the game, and I thought I wanted to find, but I think now I'm saying I don't. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. So let's get into a little bit more of this, because we're gonna go deeper and deeper down this rabbit hole, and different ones are saying where they're from. All right.
I just want to say we got a nice little crowd in here on the night. Y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, and so y'all be back.
Oh my God, Maryland, Dallas for sure. That's what's up. Yeah, you got a nice little crowd. Let's examine one of these stereotype tropes that we always hear. The black man sometimes is seen as some hypersexual beast. And you look at the chiseled body. Now, of course, I don't have that. I'm the round mound of fun. Let's just start right there. But on a serious note, the perception a lot of times as you look at black athletes and this, that, and the other. And again, I think like never before, black men are taking care of their bodies aesthetically like never before. My God, I can't. I know here in Atlanta, it's more people going to gyms than they go to church. You know what I'm saying? That's the God's honest truth. They'll miss church, but they're not gonna miss that gym, because they're working on their bodies. And so this perception that black men are always ready to go. And yes, that couple down in the left, I want it even for married couples, because this may come as some surprise to even married women, that just because we're men, we always up forward and ready to go. So I want to throw some numbers at you, and I want you guys to respond after you hear this. Now, this is a breakdown. Are black men always ready to go, up forward and ready to go? And this is from data from a study of men. Now, for men, in terms of when they want to have sex, first have sex when dating. This is what's very specific. And this relates to when it's appropriate to first have sex when dating. 42% of men said no hard or fast rules. 21% of men said 2 to 3 dates. 14% of men said once it's known, the relationship will be exclusive. And 9% said on the first date. 8% said not until married. Let me throw the numbers for what the women said. Again, relating to when it's appropriate to first have sex. Men said no hard or fast rules, 42%. Women's 47%.
Oh, wow. Okay.
For men who said 2 to 3 dates, we were at 20%. It was only 3% for women. Once it's known, relationship will be exclusive. Men said 14% of men said that, 31% for women. On that first date, 9% of men, fewer than 1% for women. Not until marriage, men 8%, 16% for women. Are those numbers accurate?
I'm very surprised by the 8% men talking about marriage. That's very odd to me. They must be bishops or apostles.
People still waiting to marriage?
Yeah.
Right.
They
yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Right. We dying. People dying every day that ain't never died before.
You know what?
Yes, they are.
Hey,
Candace Green said, this is why building friendship is so important. Miss Shantae says, there's a lid for every pot, and folks need to find their lid and quit trying to duct tape other lids to their pot. Ooh.
I like that.
All right, Miss Shantae, drop the mic on that one right there. Okay, and I'm sharing some of the places, man. We've got an eclectic group of audience. Burgess says gyms in Atlanta are hookup spots. We're gonna find out just how accurate that is based on the numbers. North Texas, and Shantae says, sure. Hope those 42% and 47% of those first nighters are also checking those health stats and using protection.
Those weren't the first nighters. That's the no. Those were the numbers for the no specific time frame.
Right. No. Yeah. And so that's where I want to get you ladies, especially to comment on that. What do you think about those numbers? Do they seem accurate to you?
The no sex before marriage seems crazy. I didn't know some men believe in that. I with Lamar and Price and Bishop or something. Or, but I think it's kind of accurate. I believe. I think it's higher now though for no specific time frame because everyone moves differently. Like what you might think somebody having a first date before used to be, oh, she's easy. Now it's like I'm grown. I do what I want. So
Right.
it just depends. And I think the ages matter as well.
True.
Tasha
And I
brought
wish
that up
there
earlier.
was an age on here so we could kind of be a better breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you damn near to the grave, you shouldn't be waiting to marriage if you
You ain't
ever
lying.
been married before.
You ain't
Okay.
got
In my opinion.
Shantae say they seem to be accurate, So let me ask my fellas on here, even in terms as you look at the numbers, not so much where you fall in this, you don't have to answer that if you want to, but just in general, as a Black man, your readiness level, are you always ready? And for you, tell us, if you want to fall within there, where is your barometer at in terms of having sex when you dating?
I think it depends on the girl. If I'm dating, going on a first date with someone that I've been knowing, and we've maybe been friends or we work together or something, I think I'm more apt to screw on the first date. If it's a total stranger, I'm probably not even to fill them out unless she's just super fine, the sexual tension is there, we've been feeling on each other and kissing and necking and all this all night long at the restaurant and in the car, what have you, then maybe. But most times I'm not necessarily expecting it on the first date unless there's just been some years of a relationship with this person that I've been knowing and been waiting to get my chance. I mean, and also it depends on it also depends on how fine they are. If I ain't really into them, because I might like a person online, get them in person, and might not be as sexually attracted to them, man, and I wouldn't be interested.
Okay. Before I get to you, Bert, Shantae says also you have to look at how long they talk before actually meeting up in person and starting to date. And so that's one right there, Shantae. Do people really talk to that extent to even get to the date? That's where I have an issue with it right there, is that, and I'm jumping ahead of you, Bert. I'm so sorry. But my thing is there's no conversation. I'm on some of these dating sites. I'm on the Facebook, whatever you call it, and it's some bad women on this joint. But nobody wants to have a conversation. And if they do, not a real conversation. What they want is the emoji type shit, and that's not a conversation. And again, to your point, Brother Lamb, I see what she looks like, so I might be attracted to her, and I'm gonna hold my peace for a second in terms of where I stand on when I'm ready to get down and how ready I am. But Brother Bird, what do you say about all of this?
See, I think a lot of it depends on what era you grew up in, because a lot of times, like even when I was dating or something like that, it was always said that, well, if you sleep with somebody that fast, then that's somebody you shouldn't really want to be with. You know what I'm saying? If the girl's gonna give it up that fast, like they were pretty much judging their standards and all, but that's just from the era that I was in. To me, it was always situational. You know what I'm saying? You might not, maybe you want to just fill that person out that first date. Maybe you don't want to do nothing that first date. You know what I'm saying? And then after you fill them out, if you feel like y'all clicking or whatever, maybe it's the next time or whatever the case might be. As far as being ready, yeah, we always ready. I ain't gonna lie about that. We always ready. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know any other way to answer that. But yeah, we ready. I can't speak for every Black man, but I would say for the majority from the crew I'll be around. We ready to dig in.
I wanted to hear the real thing. I saw you nod your head, Brother Lamb. You say
always ready. If she's down, I'm down. If I'm attracted to her. Now, if I see her lane and I realize I don't know.
Okay.
I ain't. But if I'm sexually attracted to her, then I'm definitely. I don't care what date it is, and I don't care where we are.
Okay. I like that. Ladies, I got to come to you. Carol just says naked again.
I'm old school.
I see. Ladies, on this subject right here, what do you guys think about this? About the idea that the black man is always ready, and what are your views on when it's appropriate to first have sex?
I believe that the black man is always ready. I don't think it's just the black man. I believe men are ready in general.
Okay.
Depending on, I believe that. Far as when, I honestly am in the percent of whenever you feel like you're comfortable, because you could sleep with somebody on the first date and be married for 20 years, and then you can hold out, and then after you find out it's trash, you done waited 3 months and then you gone. So I think it depends on however the person, both of you have to be comfortable, not just one. I want to give it up, see how they think. Like, when both parties are comfortable with the situation, I think just go for what you know.
Right.
Okay. So you fall within those first numbers that there's no set time rule.
Yeah.
Tasha, where do you
I
stand?
don't believe in giving up on the first date, but that's just me.
Okay, so you don't believe it, but so that's a hard fast rule. So that's already out. Okay, Tasha, where do you stand on?
You can definitely fuck on the first date. Okay, no. Oh no, but honey, your facial expressions were killing me when Bert was talking. But I do think in terms of the time frame. Okay, let's start there. The time frame. I do think that it shouldn't be a set time frame. It should be whenever you feel like you're ready. Because I do wish women would be a tad more honest about the importance of sex in a relationship, and the importance of how satisfactory said sex is to carry on with a partner. I think we got to be a little bit more honest. So in that sense, I would challenge the number of women saying for like the one night stand. I would challenge that, because I do think it's slightly higher. I don't think it's less than 1%. I do think it's a little bit higher.
I definitely say you lying bitches, but that's just me.
I think women.
Now wait a damn minute. Why we got to be on
that? I mean that. Want to be nice.
I think women good at not counting certain things. If they may have a little bit of a drink or be high, something they don't count. So even if they did do it, they just act like
Lamb. You hit on something I've been saying for the better part of 40 years. Women and men count sex. I think we measure sex differently. I truly and really do. As a man, I count everything. If you put your hand down my pants, we did something sexual. Shit, I'm counting that.
Wait, does that count? Are you counting that like as a body? Like you got a body for that?
No, we didn't fuck. Okay. No, I'm not saying we fucked, but it's sexual.
Yeah, sexual.
It's sexual. I've maintained that I think for a lot of women, not all, I'm just saying for a lot of women, they count the guys they like. They count the encounters that they like, and they don't count those mishaps, like if you go away on a vacation and you had too much to drink, or you smoked a little too much and something happened that women have the capacity to be able to pretend that shit it never did happen. That his dick didn't really get hard when I sucked it, so that don't really count.
Well, wait a minute, because I didn't get to finish what I was going to say. As far as the oversexed black male, I think mentally men are always ready to have sex.
Okay.
In the act of sex, but I don't think that they're always ready to have sex with someone, and that's only because of how selfish some men can be. So.
Oh, you had me, until you
ended
it on a sour note. You tricky ass. You tricked me. You had me, Tasha, until you ended it. At the end, you tricked me. So I want a couple views, because I got something to say on that. Shante says, I think most people, men or women, stay on the ready and either get encouraged to partake or get talked out of it. That's a great point. That's a great point. And I hope when you're saying, I'm glad you said men and women, Shante, because where men historically can talk themselves out of sex, you women can too. And a lot of times it's not just about looks, that, well, anyway, that maybe it's just me, but okay. What's up,
Men,
Vernon
women
Speaks?
are
Good to
talking
have you.
themselves out of penis.
Uh,
That's what we saying. We gonna really say that?
okay, when I was younger, maybe not. But as I've aged, because we talked about the age difference, Kendrick says 2 grown consenting adults should make it do what it do if the chemistry and attraction is popping. So I agree with you, Brother Kenny, for sure. And I do think, I like what you said, Tasha, that's why you tricked me. I think psychologically, yeah, you know, men are always kind of ready, you know. Hell, right now I got, you know, peripheral neuropathy and bad knees and some more shit. And this Saturday, I'm still taking my blue pills. Let a bitch slip up, she getting fucked. You know, so I'm gonna be ready.
I think it's at the top. I think it's at the top of mine. Even
so I'm literally packing my blue pills, even though I got all these shits ready. Look, I'm gonna be in a nice sweet hotel. I'm like an old lion. I kiss one limping and I get drag her to the room. She gonna get that pussy beat, no doubt about it. You know, but you know, so I'm ready. You know, psychologically. Don't get me wrong, but. To your point, Tasha, when you say because of selfish attitudes of men, oh my God, I think it's the other way around. I think a lot of men now, black men, are experiencing a resurgence in that, you know what, sweetheart, keep your pussy. I'm good over here. You go get your rose and put them big pillows between your thighs and keep your pussy. Fuck you and your pussy. I think a lot of men are coming to that place.
What are we talking about?
That would never be.
That was an accurate description.
That would never be.
I'm just saying. Shante said, yeah, Hannah, I have homeboys who have told me about dates where they were ready and she did or said something and they went soft. No doubt about it. Now, there's a lot of reasons why you could go soft. Bad breath, you know.
Yeah, we gotta know the reasons.
I've had those experiences before. I've had that experience.
Yeah.
Before.
Seriously. Oh God. Yeah. Well, anybody, hygiene, you know, was big with me. But yeah, if you can be feeling somebody and then, you know, because again, you're not sitting next to them, and then as you get close, and oh my God, if they breath smell, or if you do go in to do some necking, as Brother Lamb says, and the back of her neck and ears smell like her ass, it ain't nothing happening. Ain't nothing happening. It's over.
Do this thing, this thing.
You know,
just think.
We didn't.
I'm not even gonna go down that rabbit hole. That it's more than you think. That
why
that
you
the
not putting
hygiene
it back in your ear?
You know,
I don't even know if they teach that anymore. I don't know if they're teaching people that anymore.
Put some powder back there.
No damn powder. You face, ear, neck is a
Bert, if they put powder back there and you go to rub it,
Don't cake up.
Too much dirt. Too much dirt.
That shit gonna be brown.
I know.
You'd be surprised how many people don't watch the back of their goddamn ears.
Seriously, I don't know if as children
Are you serious?
that's being taught anymore. You remember we in our generation, though, don't forget to wash behind your ears.
Yes.
Don't forget to wash behind your knees and this, that. I don't know if that's taught anymore. And so, oh my God, hon, it's a real thing. It's a real thing. I've been on a line in the grocery store and stood close to somebody and had to back up because I knew I wasn't smelling her ass. It was the back of her neck. It was a greasy fucking neck.
You shouldn't have been that close.
Hell, the scent was wafting off the bitch like pigpen on peanuts or something. So, Shante say, teaching to clean your neck and ears? Ain't that called bathing?
They're not teaching that.
They really not teaching it.
How are you not teaching it?
It's just not happening. Okay, we mentioned commitment. Oh, this is good right here because we asked earlier, black man, are we willing to commit? And we hear that so much that the black man don't want to commit. So I want to read some things to you guys, you know, and then again, we're going to discuss. So I say, ooh, old gangrene. Neck so nasty it'll turn 14 karat gold green. Shit.
Oh.
Telling you. Can brothers commit? I want to read this. More than half of the black men, 52% surveyed, want to marry their current partner. 38% indicate not being sure, and only 11% say they have no interest. Think about that. Only 11% said that they have no interest in committing to a relationship. And so this idea that Black men are nonchalant about marriage, and get this, no problem having dating without a serious commitment. Surprisingly, this figure is actually lower than the one for Black women. So this idea, now again, this is one study. So of course, I'm asking, do you guys believe that this is accurate or not? You know, and it goes on to say that 47% state they have been with their current partner for 5 years or more, and only 11% say they haven't made it past 6-month honeymoon. 61% claim their sex lives with their current partner is without issues, while 65% say cheating is absent in their relationship.
Boy, they know.
That's a good point.
Don't say that no more.
That's a good, that is a good point. Anybody, what do you think about some of these numbers that jumped out to you, you know, when you hear this? Because I think we hear sometimes that Black men don't want to commit. And I'll go first on this one to give you guys some time to think about this. When it says 47% said they have been with their current partner for 5 years or more, you know what really jumped out about that to me? I have so many couples and friends that I know. Where is the man constantly fighting to stay together? And it seems like the women sometimes are looking for a way out. And it didn't used to be that way. I literally had a partner visiting me on Saturday, and we were talking. Little short story, and I hope you're watching, my brother, because you said he's gonna start watching. Comes over to visit, and always there, he steps out a couple of times because his wife is constantly, you know, even when he got up to get dressed, where are you going? Blah, blah, blah. Even though he had cleaned the house, cooked, did everything, and he's on vacation. So he came to hang out with me, smoke a cigar, blah, 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 this kind of thing. So he ended up leaving, not staying long. He calls me a couple of days later to really let me know that she didn't make it home to 4:30 in the morning.
Oh,
she fucking.
Oh, you don't know
that. I'm not making that leap, but what I'm saying is that he is indicative of the conversations I honestly have with male friends of mine that are in relationships. Believe it or not, they're not looking for a way out. Now, that's not to say they don't do some shit. So I don't want to confuse the two, but they are committed in terms of wanting to stay in the relationship. And I'll even tell you, I can't tell you how many single male friends or associates, I would say, that I have that want to be in a committed relationship. They want to be in it. What do you guys think about this notion of commitment when it comes to the Black man?
I don't really believe that Black men want a commitment. I don't know why people think that Black men commit, because you see a lot of Black men that are married or going towards that. So I think that the percentage of Black men that don't want to commit, I think it also depends on the age, and I just think it's small. I think more want to commit, but sometimes women don't make it a requirement. Ooh. You'll see women in a relationship and want to get married, but are scared to say, oh, I want more, because after 4 or 5 years, you're not saying nothing. If you don't say nothing, when they say closed mouths don't get fed, if you don't say anything and you don't make it a requirement, man might want it. You don't know.
I love that. I love that point you made, Hannah. Shantae said Black men commit just fine when they find ones who checks all of the boxes. But I love that point. Tasha, jump in here, please. And I want to hear your perspective being a single woman.
Well, I would say this: if you've been with somebody for 5 years or longer, keep that chaos together. Don't, because you and that person have established whatever behaviors, whatever it is you've just kind of run each other kind of crazy. As long as you ain't physically assaulting each other, keep that craziness together. You don't need to unleash it on the rest of us, okay? Right. Let the rest of us alone out here. But also, I do find it reassuring because of all of the messages that you hear out here being pushed that black men don't want to commit. For me, that's not been my reality. My dad, my stepdad, my uncles, they have been in long-term
Right.
relationships, marriages, and different things. So from what I saw, I never, truly
Gotcha.
could relate to that.
Gotcha.
But I mean, I think, but as far as like now the cheating one, that's kind of low. Like I think we need to get that number up a little bit higher.
I agree. I
So,
agree. I agree.
but yeah, and I definitely agree with what Hannah said that sometimes like women just don't require the relationship. Because I would like to hear, like, if the numbers are there, I would like to hear what the women's numbers were for these
There,
same statistics.
there's an actual study just for women, and I pulled this one for men. So
Okay.
yeah, I didn't have enough time to kind of do the numbers. What do you think about this, Brother Lamb? I'm coming to you next, Brother Bird. What do you think about this notion?
I agree with what Shantae said that black men want to commit. They find the one who checks all the boxes, but when they feel whole, or when they know who they are, and when they feel like they're adequate enough, I feel like it goes back to what I said earlier. I feel like some black men are in relationships for years, but they don't feel like she'll say yes, or they don't feel like they're where they
Wow.
need to be in order to
Wow.
to propose to take.
Wow.
Because
Wow.
once you propose and once you get married, it feels different. There's a whole weight on your shoulder at that point of can you support this household? Whereas it's that anyway, but when you get married, it just feels a little extra, like I'm locked in versus being able to just skedaddle when I want to.
I'm so glad you said that right ahead of a married man, because I want you to comment on that what he just mentioned, Brother Bird.
As far as the commitment part, I do believe that there are a lot of black men that do want to commit. It's just the fact it's a little bit what Hannah was saying as far as what the woman requirements are, because a lot of times for a lot of men, if you don't tell us anything, we're gonna keep going. As long as it's going good, we're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna keep it going. So whatever. That's just how the way we built. That's just how the way we are. Very few of us will go ahead and just be like, listen, man, I've been with her long enough. It's time for me to go ahead and I'm feeling her. She feeling me. It's been years. Yo, we need to go ahead and just lock this down and do what we do. But as far as once you get into marriage and before that, when you think about all the pressure or anything like that, again, that's what was instilled in me by other men, whether it's my dad, whether it's
Okay.
OG, whether it's uncles and things like that. You the man, heavy is the head that wear the crown. So no matter what, that's just what's going to be. You're supposed to be a provider. You're supposed to be a protector.
Okay.
That's how we are raised, and sometimes that's how the way we are groomed. You know what I mean? So when you are getting into a marriage, regardless if you grew up or if you cut from that cloth or if you're not, it's always going to be pressure. It's always going to be pressure, especially as you being the man. No matter what the color is, you still got to hold up your end of the bargain, and you got to be that protector. You got to be that provider. You got to almost be almost that everything. The different sides of you. So what I would say is this: in closing, I would say that before you get married, think about the many hats that you do have to wear.
Mm,
You can't take this for a joke.
mm.
You're gonna go through your good seasons, you're gonna go through your bad seasons. It's a guarantee. I'm not gonna say no pipe dreams, but at the
Right.
end of the day, it's what you make of it. And if you really
Right.
love the person, y'all work it out and y'all get through it. But there's always gonna be that pressure.
I love that you kept it real. You kept it
Mhm.
100 real. Shante say 5 years living together in Texas, and you could be married already. you know,
Wow.
and also nothing open after 2 a.m. but 7-Eleven and legs. That's
I
an
always say
old saying they say,
And Waffle
and,
House.
yeah. and, and so I'm gonna comment on on a couple of those. You know what I see? Being a single man, Shante, you're right about after 2 a.m., but never before have I seen more women in them streets. Now, guess where a lot of men are? And there was a guy on TikTok, and he went in and even talked about that. He said to women, y'all want to know where men are? We at home. We're at home. I'm telling you what I see. This is only my perspective. There was a time when men were out in the streets. I see men now, by and large. Don't get me wrong. We're not talking about what they're doing at home, but whether they're at home getting high, smoking weed, or playing video games or whatever. But right here in Buckhead, if I venture out at night, I never used to see, as many women as I see now. It's women out there. Tasha, you say Waffle House? That's where the fuck they at. When 3 o'clock hit, it's the whole Waffle House is full with women, not men, who are staying out that late. And a lot of them, they're leaving the men at home to watch the kids or whatever, or he got to go in. So in that sense, yeah, those legs are open, but a lot of men are at home, when it comes to that, to be honest with you. And the other parts about this, in terms of, you talked about that hard work and how it changes. You're right, Brother Bert. But here is another point. I think the expectation of the black man, I think one of the reasons why a lot of them don't commit is because you talked about this earlier, Brother Lamb. This is what I see too. The pressure that's placed on a black man, if he does marry, to what he has to be, and to Bert's point, wear all these many hats. For a lot of guys, they just say, I'm not going to do all of that, because if you're telling me your money is your money, but my money is your money, that you expect me to put you in a certain quality of housing, to make sure you drive a certain quality of vehicle. And somebody did a rundown list the other day. Me and Tasha was talking about this, where you're going to get your hair done spending $400. I'm supposed to foot all of the bill and be this king and decision maker. Bitch, I could just live by myself.
And that decision maker thing, that's only decision maker if you agree with the decision. It ain't, he vehemently disagree with that decision. It ain't no decision maker.
Shante, that's the little saying they say. Oh, we outside now. Yeah, they outside. That women are outside now. What's going on, Antoine? And like, so,
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say it's like. Oh, go ahead.
Y'all you go in.
Because it's like when women say they'll submit to a guy, which I'm not. That's not something I'm necessarily out here looking for. A woman submit to me. Women that say they'll submit to a guy if he do A, B, C, D. Like
right,
so
right.
Criteria. If he does all this,
absolutely. And again, I'm a chauvinist, so if you fuck with me, you're gonna have to submit. I am the king. But okay, go ahead, Hannah.
Anyway,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I think it depends. I know people say, "Oh, you got to do this and that," but I think it also depends on who you marry, because every woman does not require. And nowadays, I think some of the problem is women are getting it themselves, and I think before a lot of women are saying, "Well, I'm not going to submit because if we paying half the bills, then what am I submitting to?" Okay. Or if I'm paying more than you, because some men nowadays not even working.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, like some men are not even just working anymore.
Right.
So I think it depends on who's on your team and who you're married to, because
What's up,
not everyone has that requirement.
But so what about the others, though, to that same point, though, Hannah, that, okay, you're going to have to go get it yourself because I'm not going to get it for you and still not get what I need out of it. So that's the ones I'm talking about that are telling me that you got to get my hair done, my nails done, put me in this kind of car, put me in this kind of house, and then I'll submit because you got to make X amount of dollars, this, that, and the other. And so, yeah, you got to go out and get it yourself because I'm not willing to provide that for you, because, again, who's taking care of me? Kenny says this, and he said it on Brenton, on TFG tonight with Brenton Haynes a lot of times, we're not your enemy. Black men is not the enemy. And sometimes we're made to feel that way, that instead of being a team, to your point, finding the right partner, it's conflicting and contagious, that I almost feel like I have to compete with you you know, and then you got that whole series of women that think if they make more money than a man, that some kind of way that equates to us being intimidated or they're more educated or whatever, you know. And again, we know we could do away with that argument because it's just not real, you know. So Shantae goes back to her beautiful statement: lid for every pot. If you want a woman willing to foot the bill, they are out there, you know. And I'm, for the record, that's not what I'm saying. I'm a Neanderthal and I'm a chauvinist. In saying that I'm the head, I believe in taking care of the household, making those decisions, and I have to work. So I'm not one that I want you. I don't even know if I could live like that where you're taking care of me. Maybe if I got a white woman or some shit, you know, maybe I would.
Wow,
You know,
and there
do that,
lies
but
the problem. Right
I'm just saying, you know,
it's been a good show. We've had a good run,
No.
you know, but
You know,
canceled immediately.
right there. Get you a passport. Go overseas at this point.
you know. Well, with that said, some of you nappy head black bitches ain't worth it, so I might have to go somewhere. But no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just
We about to
kidding.
fight.
I say that's why I said I'm just kidding.
That
Okay.
much.
Where do black men find women? Where can we find women? And this was one of the best parts of it for me. What do you say?
In the house. We at home too.
Okay. All right. So
Home
where can you
Depot.
find a good woman? According to this study, 22% of black men see friends as the primary way, and online dating comes second at 17%. So when it comes to finding a compatible person, 22% of black men see friends, and social club 12%, at work 12%, at a bar 11%, family introduction 8%, and at school 5%. And I love these, and again, it's one study, but there's a couple of places that were missing on there for me, and some of them that was surprising. What jumps out to you when you hear this? And again, we're not saying it's accurate, because you might not believe it's even accurate, you know. Before we answer that, Shantae said there are whole groups on Facebook teaching women to be wives and to submit. Really?
What?
You know, I need to find that group. You know, Carol says, "Oh damn." No, I was just kidding. For the record, I love. Now I would fuck a white woman, Indians, Asians, midgets, no arms. I don't really discriminate, you know. So I would fuck them. But now in terms of a mate, I gotta have me a black woman. But okay. Now I mean that. I'm dead serious about that. You know. Hell, you know, there's this little midget on social media right now. Oh, she can
No, stop. Stop.
Get out the hole.
Leave it alone. Put it down.
And then it's this pretty, and it's this other pretty girl, and she ain't got no arms. And I keep wondering how the fuck she get dressed.
Put it
But
down.
anyway, that's just a whole other thing. But I'm just saying.
Bring it back.
Okay.
Bring it back.
Okay. See, okay, let me get out my own head. Let's go back to where we find these women. What do you guys think?
Well, we're not going to put funerals as a category, so we're leaving that off.
I mean, that's where you
It's
can.
not a category that we're using, okay?
I'm shocked church wasn't up there.
That's the one that I was very surprised didn't pop up on the list.
Well, people ain't going to church no more.
You ain't going to church? No, goddamn.
Wow.
Or they're realizing that they're not, or maybe they realize that it's like the environments there just aren't the best, you know, for finding a mate like they once were.
Yes.
You can watch church from your phone now, from your TV. You don't got to go in the building.
I'm surprised dating, like online dating, wasn't higher. You know, but also that's a little bit refreshing. I see friends and family is low, but you know, again, because that's like one of those things that you can't trust your family to set you up just with anybody.
But Tasha, ain't that something that there used to be a time when getting a hookup from friends and family was more reliable? What does that say?
Well, I mean,
it was reliable. I think you felt obligated.
No, No, is it just me, fellas? Is it just me that there was a time when, man, that was a good reliable source that a friend would introduce you to a good woman because they had your best interests at heart, and damn sure family members like, what happened there?
But Friends was the number one. Friends and social clubs wasn't that the top though?
Friends was
Yeah, frenzy, yeah.
But family, when you stop considering women were property and you couldn't just arrange our marriages, that's when it dropped down lower.
Damn,
Tasha. That's why
Damn,
it went
Tasha.
down. Or for the simple fact too, I do think that a lot of people aren't getting along with their families as much, aren't so much invested in like those extended family relationships anymore. Or some people might be keeping it in the family. So you just
They ain't they goddamn business either. So
that's a good point.
You know what I think too?
Lamb, that's a good point.
When I saw my family for the first time last week, I didn't see them in years. And we used to do family reunions. And one of my older cousins said, since the pandemic, no one has done anything. That was the first time we all came together. So people probably are still separating. They can't be, that's not around their family to even introduce you.
Well, I mean that, and think about your family reunion. Like, who used to arrange your family reunion? Shit is damn near my age, and I don't talk to them, so I can't arrange the family reunion. I don't talk to you, so
yeah.
Their money is the issue with the family reunions now. Nobody want to get their dues or nothing. Nobody.
We don't want them ugly ass shirts. Let's just be honest, okay? And they're not contributing to the food prices. So yeah,
it's a lot definitely a lot goes into that. What's most disappointing about that again is no one category really jumped out, and that kind of is what for me is where my discombobulation is, that I just don't know where to go anymore. You know, because when you say 22% of friends and 17% online, and there's no longer any reliable place you can go because the numbers all are so low. Like I said, you can't go to church. You know, Tasha said it, but again, you know, I've always used to do good at funerals, but I can't keep going to see people die and shit and trying to find somebody. So, you know, I don't go to church, you know. So it's just it's so tough. And again, I work from home, so all my options are completely gone from there. Tasha's my best friend. She don't have no damn friends to even hook me up with. My sister, there used to be a time when you could go to a female friend and they would put in a good word. I don't even have my gay friends out there. Where the fuck y'all at? My homeboy Steven, you was up here visiting me. What was the holiday just past Labor Day? He was too busy getting him some dick his damn self to hook me up. So damn,
you know what?
I'm keeping it real.
You know what?
Steven, no, I ain't lying. Keeping it real.
Well, I'll give you that a little bit, because more and more women are choosing to be with women. So
that is
God.
What?
So that's a whole nother thing. Yes, come in and say hi and hit the thumbs up for sure.
If it wasn't for me being on YouTube, I don't know if I get dates.
Shantae said they shirts are cute.
You know it.
I'm sorry.
Lamar. I'll wait for that, Lamar.
What about? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just saying my dates come from YouTube and old friends of friends and people I worked with, because I already told you I don't show well, so I ain't going out to no bar, asking for no numbers.
Yeah, right.
I don't do that. I don't take the risks.
Okay, so you say YouTube. How does that work?
You know, you have someone maybe flirting in the comments.
Oh, okay, I got you. DMs
if they start flirting, and I might flirt for, me and Charles doing shows.
Yeah.
You know, and that may lead to something. It's led to a few things. But that's about it. Other than that, I ain't.
I'm gonna tell you something, Lamb. I'm gonna give you a compliment here. See, you still young and agile and shit, and you and Bert, y'all still those dudes. I got to be in the room with a bitch, you know. So you know, they ain't feeling me like that over the social media. But now, You put me in the room with a bitch and let a little bit of drinking go on a couple hours, their vision get a little bit blurry. Then I start, my status climb up a little bit. I'm just saying.
I already knew it was gonna go left as soon as we started talking.
I'm being
I already
honest.
knew.
I'm just saying it in a truthful way, so that don't happen with me. Let's talk about this real quick. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Hannah.
People that stay in the house want to date too. You can go to a corporate happy hour. Like, you got to make yourself available to date as well.
We don't want to be around people. We don't want to be around people.
Now that's true.
Damn.
That's true. No, and Tasha's not lying.
Shit.
We
were at work, so we probably.
Tasha's not lying. That has become harder and harder to actually be in a company. And COVID, that COVID era, for some, it made them crave wanting to be around people, and for others like me and Tasha, I don't ever want to work in an office. I don't ever want to work in an office ever again. I really don't.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
And I know that's a trade-off. And so it does. So to Tasha, to your point and Tasha's point, it does eliminate, because when I was working in an office, we went on little functions. So then you quite naturally, you spend more time around your workmates than you do even at home. So it did open up some doors. So those doors are closed now. And I think that's what contributed. I just don't know where to go anymore. Which brings me to this one. We're going to wrap up in about 10 minutes. What about jungle fever? We certainly, what we see put out there, especially when we look at our actors, our athletes, and we see interracial dating and that another trope about, a black man putting a white woman on his arm, this, that, and the other. But I want to read again some statistics to you guys. I want you guys to tell me if you believe them, if you think they're true. Shantae says, as an introvert, I'll be home minding my black ass business. I'm with you, Miss Shantae. I'm with you. Now, and I have qualities of an extrovert and an introvert, believe it or not. So, but anyway, yeah. Let me read this to you guys. When it comes to being open to marrying a Caucasian, this is a study done just with men. 50% agree or strongly agree, meaning they're open to it. 18% disagree strongly or disagree, and 29% are neutral. That's when it comes to marrying a Caucasian. So 50%, huh?
You said 50?
50% of black men are open to marrying a Caucasian.
Okay.
As for marrying Asians, that number drops down to 46%. 8% strongly disagree, and 1/3 or 33% are neutral. When it comes to Hispanic, for black men, 18%, let me get it right. For black men strongly with marrying Hispanic, 18%. It don't say whether they agree or not, so we got to do the numbers. 31% are neutral, and 18% disagree. So that gives us what? So about 50% also with Hispanic. So with Caucasian and Hispanic, black men are at 50% open to it. It drops a little bit with Asians, So what do you guys think about that? And where do you stand on interracial, relationships?
Really?
I say date who you want to date, marry who you want to marry. Just stop unprovoking coming at the black women because you date outside the race. That's my only issue. Date whoever you want, but just stop attacking black women because you date outside your race. Like, I literally will be out and I will be minding my business, and I'll see an interracial couple and she'll grab him all tight and he'll grab, like, I don't want what y'all have, and no one's looking over there. So I feel like if you go online, you see, I ain't snowing, I ain't going, or whatever that saying is, and all this other stuff. It's a lot of just attacking just because you date other people. But I don't feel like you should put yourself in a box that, I would only marry black or Bert half black. So, but however, I feel like date whoever you want, just don't come at the outside race
Okay.
because you're dating a specific one.
Okay. I like that. Where do you stand on this one, Brother Lamb?
I've dated white before.
You know, they're like that.
And it was right after my divorce from a black. And so it was just on the main reason when I met her, she was through a friend, and I was just like, I'm gonna do something totally different. And she was great. I loved it. I don't know if I would, if I hadn't have married a black woman already, I don't think I would marry a white woman first. I'll say that.
Okay.
I would marry white. Now that I've had a black nuclear family, if you will, and black kids, now I would possibly marry a white woman. I wouldn't marry a Hispanic or Asian woman, but I would marry a white woman, but she got to be white. I don't want her to be a wannabe black white girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. There's a lot in there, Lamb. There's a lot in there. I'm not even going, but I'm gonna file that off here. There's a lot in there. There's a lot in there. Bird, I'm coming to you next. What do you think about interracial dating? Obviously, you married a beautiful black sister, but where do you stand on interracial dating?
Everybody.
I mean, you love who you love. You know what I'm saying? And I piggyback off of Hannah. As long as you don't be disrespectful to the woman of the race, then you don't if you like somebody, then you rock with them. But other than that, I'm not gonna put down a black woman or anything like that just because of the fact that I'm dealing with a white woman. Right. You know what I'm saying? But I'm surprised that it wasn't higher when it came to Spanish and Asian. But maybe I want to know what the regions are, because I know in Philadelphia, at a certain sector, it's a lot of Asians with black men.
Yes.
Straight up. I mean, it's crazy.
New York too.
Yes,
but I do think that's selective.
What are they asking and where their location is at? Because it's different from where I'm from.
Yeah.
But if I had to guess, and I'm not gonna go all the way down there, I can kind of guess why. Because I bet you in Texas there's a higher population for blacks with Asians as well, and and Mexicans and stuff like that. But I think it's probably selective, So I'm not even gonna go down that road. Tasha, where do you stand? As our resident, mulatto.
Wow.
See. She is, and I didn't call her zebra,
I think to me, I think it would help everybody. I'm all about mixing it up and get it as mixed up as you can. That to me, I think that's a good thing, because you can only learn something. You may learn something. You may be exposed to something that you normally may not be exposed to, good, bad, indifferent, all of it, but I mean, overall, I don't think that the numbers, those aren't really like shocking numbers to me. So
I'm with you, Tasha. I agree 100%, 1,000% what you said. And like you, Brother Lamb, I've dated interracially. Now, to be frank with you, when I did it, I had to lead a double life doing it. So I didn't get a chance to honestly do it when I was really an adult and I knew about relationships. I did it when I was younger, and it was cool. I enjoyed it. I was fortunate to go to school with an eclectic mix of races. And so so to Tasha's point, I'm glad that happened, because it shaped me to be who I am. So even when I moved to the South, I didn't bring with me a lot of the stereotypes when it came to racial shit. I didn't have any hangups whatsoever. And in fact, when I first moved to the South, I sometimes got the funny looks because I thought it was okay if you saw another race to go up to her and just speak. I didn't realize that, was that is that I'm not supposed to be doing that? And now that I've got even older now, I'm definitely open to look. If I just find a woman that I'm looking for, I don't give a damn. I've come on social media and I've talked about my issues at work with the different races. You know what I'm saying? Because what I do for a living, and Lord knows that I'm an equal opportunity offender. Indian, African, Asian. oh my God, some of these people are just the dumbest fucks in captivity, you know. But I'm just saying, but dating them like seriously, I don't. Go ahead, Brother Lamb.
No, I'm really into African one. I think I really like them in African.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, you know what? Okay, I've lied. Now here's where I've lied. I hate Africans.
Oh,
Black, I was trying to stop you. Stop it. Don't you go no further. Don't you go no
keep it
further.
real. It's called real talk it's called real talk for real men. And I'd be doing myself a disservice. I can't date them fly-headed bitches, fly-eating bitches. And I just don't like them. I don't like Africans at all. Fuck Africa. It's a shithole country. Fuck them fly-eating motherfuckers. And even the women, you fucking foo-foo motherfuckers. I don't like them bitches, and I just can't stand them.
Canceled. Immediately canceled. The audience is too stunned to speak. Look at that. You just know the audience.
Elena.
Wow. And Elena coming in on that. Oh, Lord.
I don't like Africans. I just don't like them. I don't like
Indians.
Hey, Black, did somebody do something to you?
Yes, them fuckers always do stuff to me, and I just can't stand them. They dumb as fucking rocks. They arrogant as shit. You know, them motherfuckers don't even wear the fuck them Africans and the African women too. Fucking even they booties hard as rock. Fuck you. But anyway.
The white butt gotta be hard. You don't know that.
Ass hard as rocks, but titties hanging down to their navels. Come on now.
You know what?
My.
What my shades?
All this is alleged. Allegedly.
I need mine too. Where my shades at too?
This after everything that was said, this is gonna get the part that's gonna get snitched and gonna go viral. Gonna get taken way out of context.
No.
He went in.
I'm sorry.
What shades?
Right? You need him. He didn't went on his soapbox and went in.
I've heard him say this on his when he do his thing during the week.
I just don't like him, y'all. I really don't. Let me end on a positive note. Let me end on a positive note. Look.
Stacey, what you want to get up?
Stacy says, I have heard it all tonight.
Damn.
I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Chandra, yeah, the whole shithole continent. Yeah. Fuck lion, tigers, and bears. Keep their ass over there.
Whoa.
If I could, we should build big ships and ship all them fuckers back over to Kenya.
You know what?
Mozambique, where the fuck they from? Go back over there.
You know what? I'm not doing this with you.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying. All right.
My glass will be empty.
Miss Devin? Yeah.
But you okay with the Indians?
They some arrogant sons of bitches.
Don't get him started with that. Don't get him started.
Hey, what's going on, Black?
I just
Liam is hyping it up.
I just don't. Okay.
Hyping that shit up.
I'm going to end on a positive note. I really am.
It better be a big positive note.
My temperature, my temperature went up. I wanted to end on this note, asking, is marriage outdated? And there's some positive numbers when we think about the Black man and how we view relationships in connection to the Black woman, Black sisters. And I'm not talking about to my Africans, but I'm talking to my African American sisters. So yes, I'm talking about y'all. So anyway, the study found that single Black men are very hopeful when it comes to finding companions. 86% say they are optimistic about being in a relationship. 56% are confident they will one day marry. And only 11% of participants state that they are not optimistic about finding a companion. So I right now fall into that 11%, but seeing these numbers, I hope and feel that, maybe I need to change my views, Ms. Devin.
You'll get taken into captivity if we go.
No. So yes, Tasha, is that not a positive note?
It's something.
Okay, I thought it was gonna be a positive
Right.
It's
message.
something.
That negative
It's a change of topic.
never
Yes, it
lies.
was.
It's positive for
I really, I
us.
It's
really
a
think,
shift.
I really think that we have to imagine what marriage is, though. I think the whole Christian marriage thing is out the wall, out the window, and I think some people are still stuck on that, and some people are not, and then some people want bits and pieces of it, like that whole clip about the girl.
You're right.
Man,
You're
she
right.
wasn't going to submit or whatever. I mean,
You're right.
my thing is, if you believe in the Bible, which I don't, but I believe in God and
Right.
all that, but I don't subscribe to the white man's Bible.
Right. Right.
Oh,
and that's not controversial, y'all. And I am.
And so I feel like if you subscribe to all the mess that's in there, then how do you go against the whole submit thing? It says that it ain't fair for women in the Bible. It ain't fair for black folks in the Bible. So you got to either accept it or not. You can't pick and choose. It's racist. The Bible's racist and it's against women.
So-
Y'all all supposed to be submissive to us, according to y'all's Bible.
See,
Well, I got y'all Bible.
For the people that believe in the Bible.
I do believe in the Bible. And again, so if Chef Devin, if I'm gonna go viral, his words need to go viral too.
Let's get back about Africans. Talk about Africans.
No.
No.
No,
Leave
we're
them
not talking about
alone.
Africans. We're done with them. Done with that. Mm-mm.
Yes.
But yes. Oh my God. So I thought this was a cool study though. But then, and Brother Lamb, look, thank you for blessing us today. It's always a blessing when this is the man right here. In case you guys don't know, please hit that like button, subscribe. I'm under his banner, TFG. This is the man right here. And I'm just so proud to be associated with this brother right here. And again, this is just one of the shows. So, but look, this is what it is. If you come to Real Talk, this is kind of what you get. So
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Wrong.
Stacy says, "Oh, Lamb, don't talk about the sea." Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, Miss Stacy.
I believe in God.
Thank you, Miss Stacy.
Spirituality, I believe in the Lord, but
the beautiful place
Not the
about this
Lord.
platform is that we want your real, authentic take, and none of it. We don't get offended. We agree to disagree without being disagreeable. That's always the way it's been. It's always the way it is. This is a safe space. I invite anybody to come on this platform, share your story, share your opinion. We down for it. We hope you have a little bit of fun and don't take it all too serious either. At the end of the day, I'll end it by saying this because I'm going on a trip seriously. And life is so short, folks, that carve out every little bit of slice of happiness wherever you can find it. I am truly wealthy. I am a wealthy man because I have friends, and everybody on this screen I consider a friend. And in many ways, y'all have become my family.
definitely.
So I feel truly, truly blessed, and I look forward to doing the show. I won't be on Saturday. I won't be on Monday, and I probably won't get back until Thursday. So I will see you guys next Saturday. I hope we've given you some laughs, some food for thought. Please don't forget to share this channel. I'm going to pop in on Saturday to let you guys get a glimpse of the 50th birthday party, where the theme is going to be New Jack City. And so, yes, I hope you guys have enjoyed it. And guess what? As me and Tasha always say, we are now on the other side of Wednesday. So we got this week under control. Everybody have a great evening. I really love you guys. Thank you. And as always, keep it real and be good to each other.